Hello, my name is Alejandro Rodriguez, and today I want to talk to you about our reality. Have you ever felt like something isn't real? Maybe the situation you're going through, or the people around in your environment, or maybe the environment itself? As it stands now, evidence that we live in a simulated reality keeps building up. Over the course of this video, you're going to see and hear evidence that proves that we live in a simulated reality. What is scary is the lack of evidence against this idea. In fact, we can't prove that we don't live in a simulated reality. A New York University philosopher, David Chalmers, states the following: we could already be inhabitants of a virtual reality, and we can never prove we're not in a computer simulation because of any evidence of ordinary reality could be simulated. As we speak, more and more evidence is gathering up, piling up. Many people record, take pictures, or they give testimony of what they witnessed as evidence that we live in a simulated reality. Take for example the next video. In this video, we can see what it appears to be a raven that gets frozen in place in midair. Seems like the laws of physics and gravity does not apply to him as he stays floating in midair without any obvious movement. This goes against our understanding in physics. In fact, it looks more like a video game glitch. You know, where the character stays frozen in mid game as you keep playing, the character is frozen there, or is going through walls, something similar to it. It makes us ask the question: could this really be evidence that we live in a computer world? Or our environment it's all simulated? The probability that we actually live in a simulated reality has already been calculated by David Kipling, an assistant professor of astronomy at Columbia University. He states that we have a 50-50 chance of being in a simulated reality. However, the day that we have the technology to program a simulated reality in a video game, a computer game, that day our odds goes from 50-50 to certainly being in a simulated reality. Take, for example, the next videos that are also considered evidence that we live in a simulated reality. In the next video, we see a baby deer that looks like Disney's Bambi, except he has two heads, or does he? As the baby deer moves, we can see that he only has one head, but then where did the second head goes? We can clearly see on the video two heads when he's eating. Is this a glitch on the Matrix? How about this other video, where we can clearly see the white car that crashes against something that is not there in the middle of the road? Maybe an invisible car from the future or an invisible force? Is this another glitch in the Matrix? Neil deGrasse Tyson, an expert astrophysicist, he also supports the idea of a simulated reality. As he explains it, he puts it this way. Let's say you have the first original universe, the first Earth, and in their world, they create a simulation, like a video game, for example, and they give them free will. They have, they already reach that technology level that they can program free will into the characters. So they give the characters free will, and these characters in their own world, in that simulation, they achieve the knowledge to give their own simulations free will. And this goes on and on and on and on to the point that we have many simulations. So now you scatter them all on the floor and you throw a dart at them. Which reality are you most likely to hit? Are you going to hit the real one, the first original world? Or are you going to hit one of the simulations from the other simulations? most likely we're going to hit one of those simulations. He also states that just like the other scientists, we have a 50-50 chance of being in a simulation. The reasoning is that we are either that first world that we have not achieved that potential to give our characters free will, or we are the last simulation and we haven't reached that point to create a simulation that has free will. However, at the rate our technology is moving, we can almost certainly say that we live in a simulation, especially in the fact that we already programmed free will. For example, a little fact that many people don't know is the spiders in the last Toy Story movie, those little tiny spiders were programmed with free will. Those cobwebs were really, really hard to make for the studios, so they programmed with AI those little spiders to roam around freely. And those spiders made the cobwebs on that Toy Story movie on their own. It was not designed by the studio, it was free will programmed into a character in a movie. Finally, let me leave you here with these other two videos. The first one is of two birds that are floating in mid-air. Just like the first video I shown you, the laws of physics do not apply to these birds, or at least we see this evidence more on birds than any other animals. However, this is not restricted just to birds, as we can see this behavior in humans as we see in this other clip. The guy is frozen in place at a gas station. Could this be of a disease or could this be a glitch on the matrix? Certainly we don't know. But it's up to you to decide whether this is a glitch or not. I want to say thank you to all for listening and taking the time to see this video. I hope that the information provided to you was interesting and it opened your mind to the possibility, the crazy but possible idea that we live in a simulation. As many other experts, scientists, professionals like Elon Musk, among others, are supporting the idea that we are all a simulation. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.